Well, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Y'all sleep already? Good evening, everyone. My name is Esmel Meeks, and tonight I would like to speak to you about the power and value of investing. Now, by that, I'm not talking about the monetary or intrinsic value of a financial investment, but how investing selfless and intentional time with another can ultimately have a positive life-changing effect on you and the person you invest in. The most valuable asset that we have is time. It's a non-renewable resource, and the small differences between each of us here are based on how we spend our time and whom we spend it with. It is the highest honor to introduce our next honoree. This person has been a mentor, a father to me when I didn't have one, a true friend and confidant, and has had the greatest impact on my life than any other person or life event. And because of the time this person has selflessly invested in me, I have the ability to address this prestigious group. 15 years ago, my family went from living in a spacious home in Middle Plantation to sleeping in a Samaritan house shelter with my 3 siblings and my father, who was battling serious health issues. We later moved to public housing, and soon afterward, my father was incarcerated. My dad missed my best year as a starting cornerback for First Colonial High School. I was a hardened and bitter young man, and my actions reflected my feelings. That summer at Young Life Camp in Saranac, New York, I met a spunky, charismatic, and amicable young man, Justice Rigell. We became friends and maintained our friendship through high school and college. One day while having breakfast with Justice, I shared my idea of starting a business and using the proceeds to benefit impoverished neighborhoods, much like the one I just moved from. Justice suggested that I meet with Scott, so I did. The next night at 8:30 p.m., I knocked on the Rigell's front door looking for Scott. He wasn't home, but Terry welcomed me inside, and with sincere interest, she listened to my idea. So I just want to take a moment to thank Terry for your sacrifice and for your leadership and all that you do. Keep all the plates spinning, because I know your job's not easy, so thank you, Terry. Terry coordinated an appropriate meeting during the day at Scott's personal office, and I dressed as I am in the photo displayed on the monitors. And I pitched my business to Scott. Regardless of my appearance, which would be deemed inappropriate in any business setting, Scott listened, and he believed in me, and he invested in my vision. You gotta speak, Scott, so you can't tear up his head. And that investment multiplied, allowing me to invest in others. You would think the story would end right there, right? It's a good ending. But Scott hasn't. It is all right. His passion for serving others has grown even stronger. He's entrusted me to serve in several capacities on the congressional side and on the campaign, and we've spent a significant amount of time together, often working 16-hour days. We're sure gonna miss that, aren't we, Scott? Time doesn't allow me to go into detail on all the things that Scott has done over the past 6 years, serving alongside him in Washington and in the district to refine me into what we like to call Virginia gentlemen. But there's still work to be done, because I'm going to wear a bow tie tonight, and I'm just gonna get that thing on. You know, stories like mine are not limited to me. Scott has been investing in people his entire life. I'm quite sure there's dozens of people in this room that have been directly or indirectly impacted by Scott's leadership. One leader from our country's great history, whom Scott and I both hold in high regard, is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And he once said, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." Scott, I've watched you constantly stand up for what's right, with conviction and honor, sometimes without company, on very important issues affecting our nation. And you are always at peace, even though members of your own party might disagree with you. And while your season of public service is coming to a close, I'll know you'll continue to fight for our country as a practical patriot. You've served our community never expecting validation or recognition, but you're beyond worthy of tonight's acknowledgement. Thank you for always being true to yourself and always, like we like to say, keeping it real. I'm so proud to introduce this year's first citizen of Hampton Roads. Please join me in welcoming our friend, a true patriot, our favorite Congressman, Scott Rigell.